on SportsCenter All Night.
Can the Packers leap over the Vikings in Week 1?
Play action. Steps up in the pocket. Unloads a deep ball. Jefferson has it again at the 15. Cuts at the 5. Dives to the pylon. Touchdown!
Will there be another Pujols moment?
Pujols swings and lifts a high fly ball. That's it deep. Center field. If I go, it's a gunner.
Baker faces a familiar foe in Carolina.
Mayfield steps up. He's got a lane. Touchdown! Baker Mayfield, who fires the ball against the back wall.
Plus, who will be crowned U.S. Open champion in Flushing?
All over that second serve with a ripped backhand return.
This is SportsCenter All Night.
Feels awesome having someone like Tyreek. I'll keep saying this. Dude's a cheat code.
Here's Jay Reynolds.
SportsCenter All Night, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. Albert Pujols officially becomes number 4. Dodgers officially become the first to be in. But as we wind down Week 1 of the NFL, the big headline is going to be who's out.
Snap back, blitz, screen left. Look out, young man. Elliott almost completely exploded by Lavonte David, and he knew it was coming.
Dak Prescott is coming out. When he got hit by Shaq Barrett it wasn't a blitz. Again, he just beat Tyler Smith. Shaq Barrett did, but I think his right hand got hit into the helmet or the hand of Shaq Barrett. He's out of the game. Cooper Rush.
Yeah, Cooper Rush has replaced Prescott, getting medical attention.
105.3 The Fan. It was Thursday. Dak Prescott was limited in practice because of a sore ankle, which he blamed on a new pair of cleats. Prescott insisted he was fine and it wouldn't be an issue Sunday against Tampa Bay. In the end, it wasn't the cleats. It was his right hand. Prescott jogging to the locker room in the fourth quarter to have his hand examined after, as you heard, he hit the hand of Bucs linebacker Shaq Barrett. Prescott saying after the game, wasn't what he expected.
In the game, just in the midst of it, thought I jammed it. I mean, I've hit my hand on helmets or bodies a lot in my career, and never really had anything, maybe a jammed finger here, and I actually thought that's what it was. Just the next play, realized I couldn't grip the ball, let the sideline know. And then when I got off, I told the trainers the same thing. I was just like, I can't grip. I feel like if you yank it, I'll be okay. And no, came in, got x-rays, and things are different.
Very different, because as team owner Jerry Jones told reporters after the game, Prescott will have surgery and will miss, quote, several weeks. As for the rest of the Sunday night game.
Ball at the 5-yard line to stride the game back at the 21. Dropping, 3-step drop. Throws on the end zone. Caught ball. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Mike Evans reaches up with one hand and grabs it in.
Call on 98 Rock. Bucs go on to a 19-3 win over the Cowboys. Tampa Bay back-to-back season opening wins against Dallas. The 16-point margin of victory, the largest in an opener since beating the Bears 29-7. In 2017, Tom Brady, 18 of 27, 212 yards passing, a touchdown, also had an interception, but the Buccaneers come away with the win. The Cowboys scoring fewer than 6 points in a season opener for the first time since 1989, Troy Aikman's NFL debut. One of the bigger offseason stories was the change to the offense in Kansas City. Tyreek Hill no longer in the fold. Patrick Mahomes apologizing during the week to fantasy team owners because they won't have that one go-to guy Sunday against Arizona.
Chiefs first down and goal to go at the 3. They go to a two-back set. Both Hardman and Edwards-Helaire in the backfield at the same time. They shovel it inside. Edwards-Helaire! Touchdown! Kansas City! 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. A play they love to run to Kelsey. They go to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and the Chiefs are on fire in this first quarter of the season. Running back is McKinnon. He got the cutback run earlier in this drive. They fake it to him. They throw left. It's caught by Hardman. Touchdown! Kansas City! Hardman goes right to left in motion and then gets a free area right at the goal line. A 2-yard touchdown pass from Mahomes, his 5th of the game.
106.5, the Wolf Chiefs beat the Cards 44-21. Kansas City's 8th straight season-opening win. 30-plus points scored in 7 straight home openers. That's the longest streak in NFL history. 5 touchdowns in Sunday's win, 2 of them for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Our Dan Graziano caught up with him.
geez, how are you guys going to score any points without Tyreek Hill?
I mean, it was one of the things that we just wanted to come out and display week one. It was something that everybody else is going to talk about, but we knew coming in what we had, what we could do, and what we wanted to do, and we displayed it.
What did you see this offseason from Patrick in terms of getting this crew together with all the new guys and making sure the offense was going to function like this right out of the gate?
Man, the biggest thing was everybody heard about, us going to Texas, pretty much doing all our 7-on-7 things before OTAs. And that was, kudos to 15 being able to get us all in and pretty much get the ball rolling before anybody else could. So pretty much having that timing and everything from the get-go before OTAs was one of the ices on the cake for us.
How about you personally? A couple touchdown catches to start the season has to feel good. You expecting a big year?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's something that, I've always thought about and always wanted to have. Worked hard enough for it. Battled some injuries last year and the year before. But, hey, a test of time will tell everything, huh?
Patrick Mahomes completes 30 of his 39 passes for 360 yards, 5 touchdowns. His 6th career game with 5 touchdown passes, tied for the 4th most in NFL history. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio.
Packers at Vikings.
Veterans like Aaron Rodgers didn't play a single snap in the preseason, and week 1 didn't go all that well.
Play clock down to 3. Takes the snap. Play action. Rodgers kept it. Rolling to his left. Pressure coming. Down he goes. Monster sack, and the ball might have popped up as well. Rodgers took a huge hit. It did bounce out, and Dalvin Tomlinson has the football.
Vikings go on to a 23-7 rout of Green Bay. The Vikings' 16-point margin of victory, tied for the largest against the Packers over the last 20 seasons. The game was here on ESPN Radio. Kirk Morrison had the call alongside Jay Alter, no relation. Jay?
Thank you, Jay. The Kevin O'Connell era is here in Minnesota. What a statement win for the Vikings to start the season. 23-7 win. Kirk Morrison, what impressed you most about the Vikings victory?
I just think it was the rhythm. It started with the first drive of the game. It was a nice scripted drive that got them all the way down, and Kirk Cousins hit Justin Jefferson for a touchdown, and I thought immediately, whoa, this offense looks totally different than many Vikings offense in the past. That's what stood out to me the most, how efficient this offense was, but more importantly, the quarterback, Kirk Cousins, who took care of the football as well.
Kirk Cousins hitting Justin Jefferson all afternoon long. 9 catches, 184 yards, which is a career high. 2 touchdowns. Let's flip to the Green Bay Packers. Only 7 points, shut out in the first half. Where does Aaron Rodgers go from here?
Well, the first thing, he needs to go to the hospital to go find some help, because right now, his offensive line, everybody's banged up. He's got to go find some healthy offensive linemen. We know he was already down Elton Jenkins, David Bakhtiari, Runyon was out. So for him, he just needs some help. Help along the offensive line. I think that they'll be okay. But right now, they have to figure things out on the outside with the receivers, but more importantly, it's the health of that offensive line.
Yeah, missing, as Kurt said, 3 offensive lineman starters out. He got little help on that offensive front, but still really struggled. 2 turnovers, a fumble, and an interception. Vikings dominate this NFC North opening game, 23-7, the final for Kirk Morrison. I'm Jay Alter, right here on your home for Football Sunday, Game of the Week, ESPN Radio. Let's get you back to Jay Reynolds in the studio.
All right, Jay. Dalvin Cook, 90 yards rushing, 18 yards receiving, 26th game with 100 scrimmage yards since 2019. That's the most in the NFL over that span. Aaron Rodgers in the loss, 195 yards and an interception. It snaps a streak of 38 consecutive passing touchdowns without an interception against the NFC North. Patriots also struggling in week 1, playing Sunday in Miami.
Devontae Parker in motion. Back to throw. Blitz coming. They got him. The ball is out. Touchdown Miami. Ingram picked it up on the bounce.
Then he got blindsided
into the end zone.
560 WQAM. Dolphins a 20-7 manhandling of New England. Dolphins 4 straight wins against the Patriots. 2nd consecutive season opening victory. Tua Tagovailoa, 23 of 33 for 270 yards and a touchdown. As for Mac Jones, 21 of 30, had a touchdown, had an interception, sacked twice with 1 fumble. His coach, Bill Belichick.
Obviously disappointing start here. It's really a pretty even game. 2 big plays, 14 points really skewed the game. Moved the ball. We couldn't get any points, enough points, and we got into their territory. We got in there 6-7 times, whatever it was. Ended up with 7 points, so we got to do a better job finishing. Not enough good things to win. A couple bad plays really hurt us. Need to finish some drives better.
Patriots with 4 straight losses to the Dolphins. First time that Belichick has lost 4 straight games against a single opponent since becoming Patriots head coach in 2000. ESPN analyst Tim Hasselbeck.
There were, concerns this offseason about what the offense would look like. Guys that had never called plays and a second-year quarterback. And I thought that at times that, they I don't want to say unprepared, but there were times where they were surprised by something that came. The sack fumble that led to a score, I think is a bust up front or something that was miscommunicated. And when the margin for error is small in the National Football League, little details matter. So, look, it's week 1. It's too early to completely sound the alarms, but I do think that New England, when they look at that, will feel like there's a lot they need to improve on.
Patriots losing in Miami 20-7. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio.
Rams at Panthers.
It was one of the matchups on our radar heading into week 1. Baker Mayfield getting the start for Carolina against his former team with the Browns in town. Cleveland jumps out in front 14-0, led 17-7 at the half. Panthers, though, would rally. They take the lead in the fourth quarter on a field goal. Just over a minute to go in the game, but Cleveland gets the ensuing possession, goes 6 plays in 65 seconds.
Snap back. He's into it. Line drive. End over end. The kick is up, and it is. It is good. Ken York hit the field goal from 58 yards out with 8 seconds left to go in the ball game.
ESPN 850 WKNR. That's the difference. Cade York, 58-yard field goal, longest for the Browns since 1984. They beat the Panthers 26-24. Myles Garrett had a couple of sacks. He's at 60.5 for his career. Our Kimberly A. Martin caught up with him.
You guys almost gave that away. What were you thinking late in the game?
I mean, it's a game of runs. We went on a run early, and they went on a run. So just up to us to get the ball back to offense. They were to make the kick, and I knew we were going to have one last chance to end the game. And, I'm going to put my best foot forward and go out there and try to take over.
Your defense, particularly you with the 2 sacks, you guys played Baker really well, but you've seen him come back in games before when he's putting together 3 scoring drives. Were you thinking we're about to let this slip away?
I mean, I've seen him put together winning drives, and I've seen the other side of it as well. So I just have to imagine that, and finally we can move on from this storyline and we can get back to some real football.
Baker Mayfield, 16 of 27, 235 yards, touchdown and an interception. Third quarterback in the common draft era to start a season opener against the team that drafted him first overall, joining Peyton Manning and Drew Bledsoe. Both Manning and Bledsoe won their respective games. Plenty of reaction coming up this morning. KJ and Max, 6 to 10 Eastern time, followed by Greeny until noon. Straight ahead, another step towards history. That's next. The SportsCenter All Night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
I didn't think Tua was great. That's what happens when you have talent around. Talent can hide mistakes. The Patriots still seem like, I don't think Mac Jones is it for them.
Get more from the guys Monday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. This is SportsCenter All Night.
Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO, Showtime. How many streaming services are you paying for? Better question, how many do you actually watch? Odds are you're paying for subscriptions you're not using. Why? Because getting out of subscriptions often feels like more trouble than it's worth. Not anymore. Just download the Rocket Money app. Rocket Money is the #1 subscription tracker, manager, and canceller all in one. Connect your accounts and instantly you'll see a complete picture of all your recurring subscriptions in one easy-to-use interface. Rocket Money organizes your subscriptions by due date and notifies you when something is coming up. Now, instead of waiting on hold for the better part of an hour while you connect to a customer service representative, cancel that subscription immediately with a tap right from the app, and Rocket Money will handle the rest. To find out more about all the awesome personal finance features packed into Rocket Money, go to rocketmoney.com/stream to download today. Or download the Rocket Money app from the Apple App or Google Play stores. Rocket Money, the money app that works for you.
It's bedtime at the home of Sirius XM. But Conan O'Brien is still awake.
Turns out you don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen to the app anywhere. In your room, by the pool, at the
And Brad Paisley just really needs his beauty sleep.
Conan, I just really need my beauty sleep. Maybe really expensive boat, like a yacht.
The waves could rock you gently to sleep.
Don't encourage him, guy.
Sorry. Night-night. Everything you want to hear lives here on Sirius XM. Get the Sirius XM app now.
Every college football season, Goodyear knows the importance of winning on the road. The road will always demand confidence.